The Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown demo is now over, and I have a lot of thoughts on this game. I'm a little bit worried, but let's get into it. Let's go. All right, Test Drive actually put out a survey on their Discord, and this video is just going to be me giving you all of my thoughts on the game, going through the survey and looking at the things that they're asking and what they want to know and how I feel about everything in general. I played a lot of the beta. I just didn't, I don't know. I have some thoughts. So anyways, let's go through the surveys. The first question is, what are your thoughts about these aspects of Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown? The on-road driving. I have a really mixed opinion about this. I feel like they definitely went with a more arcadey feel than I was expecting. However, there's a lot of things I don't like about the driving. It feels a little bit slow. You hit a curb and your car goes flying. There's just like all of these poles and all these breakable things that just completely slows you down. And then you have to deal with the AI, which are very much in the way a lot. So for me personally, I have a mixed opinion. I think that I definitely welcome the more arcadey feel, but I just didn't think that they did a good job making it either arcade or sim. It was just like weirdly in the middle, and it didn't feel, I don't know, man. It just felt like the driving was arcade, but like everything else was very simulation. Like if you hit a curb, your car would, you know, lose control really quickly. If you went into a drift, you just couldn't get out of it, or you would slide and turn around. It was just very odd. It didn't feel very good to drive. So I have a very mixed opinion on this. Off-road driving, I did no off-road driving while I was testing. I just did the on-road driving. Had enough problems just trying to play the game, so I didn't try off-road at all. Drifting, absolutely horrible. It's the worst drifting. You can't drift really. I mean, you could try, but it's very difficult. And then again, like I mentioned, the sense of speed was just terrible. It felt really slow. It didn't feel like we were going. Even after upgrading my car a little bit, still didn't feel that great. Anyway, the overall feel of the driving physics, I have to put in the bad category. It just really wasn't a pleasant experience. Now, moving on to some of the other things, we have the car buying experience. I thought it was pretty good. I like the layout of the dealership. It's a little bit too big, so like if you want to go buy a car, you have to kind of like run over to it. It's not really like a menu system where you can just buy whatever car you're looking for, so it's okay. I thought it was good. I like the overall aesthetic of the dealerships, and I think the layout of like the information screen, like where the car is and what information is on there and all that, I think all that's pretty good. It's not like the best, but it's definitely good. The car customization experience was terrible. There was literally no customization in this game. You can do like wheels and tint, and I mean, I don't know, that's about it. Like it's terrible. I'm not a huge fan of the customization. There was no body kits, there's no nothing, there's no spoilers, there's no aero bits, there's no nothing. I mean, I know this is like a simulation-ish lifestyle type game and you want to have like a more realistic experience, but dude, I want to customize the car. If I'm a car guy, if I'm collecting all of these really awesome cars, I'm going to customize them. I'm not going to have them look stock all the time. So customization very much lacking in this particular version of the game. Races, I have a mixed opinion. Like I said earlier, the races were fine. I don't feel like the map, because it's like this 1-to-1 scale with Hong Kong Island, I just don't think that it's really set up to be racy. Like it doesn't feel like the cars and the speed of the game fits all of the downtown stuff. I didn't really get out beyond that in terms of like the highway driving, but the interior like city races, didn't really care for those too much. But overall, I felt like it was just sort of meh. As far as the map and exploration is concerned, I thought it was actually pretty good. It's a very large map. It feels large. I don't know if it is actually large, but it feels really large. It feels really detailed in terms of like the city structure and like the buildings and things like that. So I thought the map was actually pretty good. It's probably one of the brighter spots in this game. I just think there's lots of room to sort of drive around and just test drive your cars, so to speak. Now, as far as the clan conflicts, I thought that was okay. The story itself was just all right. I think the whole like streets versus sharps thing is, you know, it's fine. There's like this conflict. It's fine. It's good. It's not bad, and that's okay. As far as the MMO online experience for this demo, it was terrible. I could barely get people into my party, and once I did get them in there, it was very difficult to like get races together. We would get disconnected, or you know, we would get timed out, or the server, we couldn't stay connected to the server. There was a lot of network and a lot of connection issues with this demo. It really wasn't feeling like it was in great shape. And as far as the role-playing experience goes, it's a mixed opinion. I get the whole role-playing thing. I think that the game offers more of those features than basically any other game in this genre in terms of racing games. So I do get that. I think it's good, but it's not I don't know, I feel like there could have been more. Maybe there is more and it's just the demo, but if I had to give it a grade for this demo, it's just okay. It's a mixed opinion. Now here's where this is really telling. I'm not really sure if these things were like things that the internal team had issues with, and so that's why they're options on this, but like everything in here is like a really weird, like negative thing. Like for example, this arcadish feeling, like do they expect us to like not like the arcadey feeling? Like was it more like they wanted this sort of simmy feeling, and they feel like Test Drive fans really wanted this simmy feeling? Because if that's the case, like I don't know, it just feels like they know that this is something that could be an issue with the game, like too hard to drive. I don't know that it was too hard to drive, but someone internally maybe it came up with that. Cars flip over too easy. Like why is that even an option on this list? Why can't we just like type in what our issues were? They have a whole list of things that they know seem to be a problem, and they're looking for us to give them what the most critical things are. Like these, listen, what are the most critical aspects to improve? Like they already know that this entire list they need to improve on, and this is where I'm really nervous about the game, because this demo was not in good shape, and this game's supposed to release in September, which is literally 3 months from now. It's crazy to me that the game is in this state. Like if there's another build, if this is an older build and there's another one that they have that's a little bit more current, okay, but right now this does not feel very good for Test Drive. Anyways, my options, my most critical things that I want them to work on are the lack of car aesthetics customization. There's no visual customization in the game. The cars flip over way too easy when you hit curbs or if you crash. And then there were way too many network problems. I mean, I just couldn't stay connected to the game. I actually had to go in and change my region in my computer in order to get loaded into like UK servers in order to have a semi-decent experience. And even then, we really couldn't stay connected too much. And then not enough players in races. There's literally no play. The social experience was terrible. I don't know if nobody just really wanted to play the game, or I don't know, but I had like me and my friend, that's it. And because of that, the world just felt so lifeless. And that's something they need to work on. There's nothing happening in this world. It feels flat. It feels lifeless. There's not enough traffic. There's not enough people. There's not enough players in these servers. So hopefully those are things they can fix before launch, because that's a huge problem. That just doesn't feel like anything's going on. And if you're role playing, you really want to have more stuff to do, more things going on in the world around you to make it feel more real. All right, what features would I like to see the most in Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown? And there are 3 things where they give us 3 options we can select. Number 1, police. I think if you're going to be role playing and this is a car racing game that's based off of sort of that more realistic experience, police are real. They're out there. If you drive your car too fast, you're going to get pulled over. I think there needs to be some sort of police mechanic. Now, does it need to be as extreme and crazy and arcadey like Need for Speed? No, it can be much more tame, much more calm. Just something, just have a police presence. If you're going too fast, you get a ticket or something. Like, I don't know. It's not boring. Don't give me boring mechanics. Give me something exciting, but also it doesn't need to be us crashing cop cars and like things like that. It just needs to be a more realistic experience, something authentic to Test Drive Unlimited. But a police presence, in my opinion, would add another layer of realism to the free roam and, you know, free drive mode. Now, I also really want physical customization of the car. I want body kits, we want wide bodies, I want underglow. I mean, man, it's tough, man, because the streets headquarters is all filled with neon lights. There's a bunch of style and flair to that building, and then you go outside that and you drive your bone stock car. It's just not, I don't know, like I want customization, I want big spoilers, I want underglow, I want body kits, I want all that stuff. I feel like this game could have that. That's a lot of work. I know it because I've talked to a lot of the members of the Need for Speed dev team, and customization is extremely intensive when it comes to resources. So I understand that, and I don't expect it anytime soon in Solar Crown, but I would love to see it. And then I would love to see crossplay. Crossplay is something that is just, it should be a staple for all games going forward. We're in 2024. We should all be playing together. There's no reason why we can't. It doesn't matter what system, PC, PlayStation, or Xbox. We should all be playing together, bottom line. All right, so this brings me to the very first question that they asked, because I thought this was more indicative of the overall experience. Overall, my feeling about this demo was very negative. It's just super frustrating because I've been waiting for a chance to give this game a try, and I was excited that a demo just kind of popped up out of nowhere, and it was such an extended demo. They give us like over a week to play the game. I just really was excited to get in and start playing and just learning about this universe. I didn't play any of the other test drives, and I'm just so let down. I was let down by all the network issues, by the connectivity, by the driving, just the overall customization. There's so many things about this game that just really were not great. It just didn't feel great to play. And I'm nervous because this game releases in 3 months. This game has a huge issue. And I'm telling you right now, the feedback on this is going to be wildly negative. Like, I'm excited for the game. I want the game to do well. I'm not trying to be negative. my experience was just so not good. So overall, the feeling definitely negative, and I'm worried for this game. I hope that they're able to right this ship, or at least fix some of the issues going forward. Just make the game a little bit more stable. And you know, the curbs, man, please fix the curbs. The curbs are terrible. Like, anything you hit, it's like crazy. It's just not an enjoyable experience. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. And you know, hopefully it's better. I hope at launch it's better. That's all I can say. All right, Trigger out.